Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. On the test server, we're gonna test out the brand new non-void magic affinity, Nitro Venom Giath, the True Shield. I think she has a place in the game as a nuker slash support. That's where she can be. Are you gonna be building here with a lethal set or a savage set? I don't know. Well, we do build Harima in that way, and she does work because she's defensive based, so she's tankier. But Harima has so much more potential because she has multiple ways to do attacks. Giath, on the other hand, has one skill that is completely support. So there's no added benefit to using this other than her passive. So this applies reflect damage on everybody, ally protection, strengthen, increase resistance on this champion. This helps her become a very strong mischief tank target. All of these buffs help with that as well. If you have a little bit of resistance on her, that helps you tank it, but the increased resistance really adds up in terms of the utility that it provides. Then we have the Maw of Deterrence. So when you get attacked, any ally gets attacked and they have the reflect damage, she will be applying decreased crit rate and decreased crit damage without the need for accuracy, which is huge. This is not the same as decreased attack, but it's still very strong, especially in the Hydra, where you reduce basically the chance to get crit on, and you also reduce the crit damage of the heads. So you take much less damage, and even built as a nuker, you should be surviving way more. So her A2 is the one that I'm talking about as being a nuking skill with a 3.7 multiplier, and then the multiplier has on top of that another 3.7, so a potential 7.4 multiplier if you have 20 buffs duration increase. So let's say you have 4 buffs on 5 of your allies, their duration is increased, she will be having a 7.4 multiplier, and the more buffs you have on top of that, the multiplier just goes up and up and up. All right, so you see the potential there in the damage, but this depends on your own team already going before her and doing the big damage. And then her A1 attacks one enemy, plays an extra hit on enemies under decreased crit rate and decreased crit damage, debuffs placed by this champion. So the extra hit will also be a normal hit and will ignore 50% of the target's defense. And that is where things become a little bit more interesting. In terms of masteries, we're going with Helm Smasher, getting the extra crit rate obviously, and then going for lasting gifts because that helps her with the A2. Pretty basic page, I would say, for the support. I'm not gonna go crazy over the gear that I have on her. I just threw in some lethal sets, nothing crazy here with 5,000 defense. I didn't want to overdo it in order to give a more realistic showcase for when I'll do the hard Hydra later, because usually on hard Hydra, these are the stats that you'll be running: 250, 240 crit damage, and then the speed is about there. 200 it's what usually people will be running for hard Hydra when they try to do damage in there. And then the defense, obviously this can go way higher. Obviously that would be the case if you're trying to do a lot more damage for brutal or nightmare Hydra. So let's have a look at her in dungeons very quickly. So let's go in with the lead from her. Usually you won't be using the lead, but let's get that extra defense. Defense down, weaken, and an increased defense buff coming in through Sifi the Lost Bride, plus 1, 2, 3 buffs. All right. If I had more allies in the team, which I can do, because this would be realistic, having extra allies in the team, they will get buffs, and those buffs will get extended, and with that way I'll do way more damage, right? So let's say we boost this, defense down, weaken. All right, if I do my A2 now without adding the extra buff first and then doing the A2, I don't know how much damage I'll do, but I'm guessing not as much, because it's an obvious thing. I won't have all of these extra buffs to extend. So let's see. Look at that, 300,000 on this wave. Actually surprised here. So if I do the battle again, I thought it was gonna be a little bit lower than that, not completely just beating the wave. But remember, guys, the stats I showed you: 5,000 defense. I'm not running high defensive stats, no blessing, nothing like that. So let's see. I wonder if I just run insane amounts of buffs on how this would be, but hopefully here I'll be able to get a turn. Now see if he lost all her buffs there. She's just too fast. Too fast. Damn, I lost so many buffs there. It's alright, alright. We'll just do the A2 here. Let's see. Yeah, we did about the same damage because she lost like 5 buffs. So those extra buffs I got basically got lost. So that is one problem. Maybe if you run multiple, maybe if I did run like multiple boosters here. So who would be an easy one? Like Krisk maybe? Krisk would be an easy one. to extend the duration of the buffs, and let's see how that is gonna go. So let's see, we extend the duration of our buffs here. That doesn't affect her damage, by the way. Look at that, we have so many buffs now. Should be okay with the extra buffs here. Look at how many buffs are available. Some did not even apply. Another A2 here. Extend everything. See if we getting those extra turns. Let's see. We already dropped them quite low through just attacking a little bit. But let's see the A2 here. Oh. Look at that. Almost half a mil. Almost half a mil. Okay, this is totally unrealistic, but it just shows you guys the potential there. So in Arena, it works the same way. If you're running her as a defensive-based nuker, I'm not going to say she's better than Harima because she's not. I'm not going to say she's going to be meta because she's not. I'm just going to say there's a possible place for her in Arena. If you don't have anything else, you're not going to run Platinum with her, but you're going to have some fun, right? So if that, in the end of the day, is your goal, that can be a team that you make. It's not that it has any special effects. She just does damage based on the number of buffs. So you gotta be running things like Duchess here. A Sifi provide tons of buffs for her to just utilize with straight up using the A2 here. But I'm not gonna do that because I wanna get this Hefrak to just chill and get his turn because he's gonna wreck me here. The Wukong is gonna be interesting here because he might actually steal lots of my buffs. All right, he went for the A1. That's interesting. All right, I did not expect the A1 there. I thought he would go the. Oh yeah, he was locked out. Okay. So I cannot use my A2 just yet because Hefrak's gonna go nuts. Just gonna try the A1 here. I don't think it's gonna do damage. Yeah, not that much. Oh, we did have the decreased crit rate there on the Wukong. That's why he got the extra hit. Alright, finally Hefrak taking a turn. We lost so many buffs here. Stupid. But I should be able to get this A2 out. Look at that, 125k. Wukong will be up and running in just a second now. I betcha he will. Let's throw him that A2. But unfortunately here, like I don't have any other skill to use. There's the crit rate down. Pretty nice for Arena, but I don't really see it affecting the outcome that much of the fight. So trying to see the A2 here. Big burst. Big damage, actually. Big damage. I totally expected that. It's not that I would be using her as my go-to nuker, but she has potential. In a defensive team, has potential. Like with Taras, Mariska, possibly I could see it because Taras already extends the duration of buff. So I could totally see her as being part of that team. Not as a main nuker, but as a support / nuker with the reflect damage, decreased crit damage. Just totally helps these stalling teams survive longer, as long as you got more buffs though, of course, for her damage potential there. But the decreased crit damage that she does is pretty nice too. If you guys want to admit it, it's the reality. So yeah, Giath is pretty cool so far against the meta, like, which is this one. No chance she does something out of the ordinary. The amount of buffs that you have It also depends what you're fighting, by the way. You're not going to run her on teams where you expect your buffs to be stolen or removed, because that completely eliminates the high potential for damage. So let's see what is up with this setup. There's Marichka. Oh, big damage coming through from Narcissus. Did he get his cooldown reduced? Yeah, he did from the A1. And that was just totally unfair, wasn't it? Totally unfair. Let's see, let's revive. Narcissus probably has his A2 again. Yeah, he got his cooldown reduced there for sure. I mean, come on. Oh yeah, we couldn't do the hex. Yeah, there it is. And you just totally get wrecked because Narcissus is too OP to be compared to this kind of champion. So I can't really do that. Let's see. Let's do another refresh. All right, this one looks like a standard team. The Rotos is just going to be a pain because you're hitting with a single nuker, single target nuker, not hitting with the double hit. So very likely that this will just go up to the part where Rotos is just standing there and not really getting any damage dealt, and that's pretty much it. So as we go through the fight, it's just gonna be like this, where you kind of have to wait out on the Rotos, or you just kill everybody, hopefully, and then you deal with the Rotos, unless he goes crazy with the extra turns. But here, you just do the single target nuke. Didn't kill the CP, that's nasty. Rotos cleanses himself, so already a bad combo. But I will try to take out the CP. Hopefully. Oh, Rotos is gonna cleanse. I should have done the hex. Let's see the A1. Oh yeah, it's a double hit because of the decreased crit rate, crit damage. Oh, pretty nice. Damage wasn't there though, but it was still pretty nice, pretty solid. I like her. I like this Nitrev. So let's go and have a look at the Hydra. All right, guys, we're gonna have a look at what this champ can do on the Hydra. I mean, if you think about it, on the Hydra, you have so many buffs that can be extended. And as long as you have the champions that can provide the buffs themselves, then it totally makes sense that she will be doing insane amounts of damage because of all those extensions that you will be doing to each individual buffs. And you have like the maximum amount of champions also in the team, right? So other modes, you have less and less champions. So her damage just goes up with the number of champions you have available. The only problem I could see was would be the mischief head, right? So the mischief head being the one that steals your buff. So if you don't have something like increased resistance or high resistance stats, you'll be pretty in a pretty difficult position. So we're looking right here. I have very high damage dealing champions, and let's have a look at what kind of damage we're looking at here. 500, 1k. Let's see Cupidus hit here on this hit. That's down 1.4 million. So what I'm waiting for right now is basically the our own turn here, so I can possibly try and do the AoE, but hopefully I don't get stolen. No. All right, so let's see the damage here. Also, by the way, we are applying the decreased critical rate and decreased critical damage. That's an added bonus, so we don't need accuracy for that. So it just makes it so much better against, I would say, the Wrath Head, which is the one that really hurts when it attacks you. And especially if you're running a comp like this one, where you don't have a reviver, I think she shines the most here. The problem is that she also applies ally protection with this skill right here. So if you build her like a tank, like a really strong tank, then you miss out on her potential damage, but the ally protection helps, you know, just mitigate damage from everybody else. So if the Head of Wrath hits you, she can possibly die if she's not running good stats, but she's defensive based, so she's already going to be tanky. I would say the problem would be if you lack any healing, or if you don't have some sort of heal, like a leech debuff on the enemy. So let's see the attack here with the A2 and what kind of numbers we're looking at. The head that's down with the defense down, and the weaken. Okay, yeah, we have the weaken as well, so want to see that one. 881,000, not bad. I wouldn't say she does insane. I would have expected a higher amount of damage there. Like if I compare her to that epic that I was showcasing the other day, the fusion epic, she definitely seems that she could be doing more. So 1.5 from Cupidus. So you're seeing the potential for big numbers here on the hard difficulty, plus the ignore defense that I have. So I don't know, maybe I would run her more so in, let's say, a protection set, that can have some damage, because even though it's like a lower cooldown of 3 turns, I don't know, it doesn't really justify it. So her A1 hits reasonably okay so far. I've noticed it on when a head is down, her A1 can hit for like 500k. So I want to show that to you guys again. Let's try and do an AoE ally attack here and kill this head. Hopefully this will be enough. So let's take it down. That also helps us do more damage. So let's see, Varl hits for 322k with his A1. Cupidus hits for 95k. Let's see her own hit here. What does she do? 123k plus another hit over there. Kind of low, but maybe because we didn't have the defense down weekend to really see. Like, I compared the others, which, okay, we know they do big damage, but her, let's see, let's do this. AoE 141k. Let's attack a little bit more. Do a big hit here. Let's see. Can she do some damage here? Not so many buffs this time around, because I didn't use the A3 there. I wanted to use the A1, so not so many buffs. Oh, come on, we did a weak hit. That was not fair. Let's see if I can get a head down so we can really see what's up. All right, let's see. Defense down weekend. We've got some solid amount of buffs here this time around, so we'll see all the extensions that we do on the screen. Let's see. Multiple 5. Look at that. 655k, 500k. It's all right. It's not unreal. All right. For an AoE attack, it's okay. She's a strong nuker, but by no means would I go out of my way to build her. I don't think. But her utility with the decrease of crit damage and decrease of crit rate really opens up the possibility. So let's say we end this battle here. We see the total recap. She should be at the lowest of everybody. Yeah, look at that. 4 million for her, from her, and Varl has 6.7. And I mean, Varl has much better gear than Giath. So you kind of see on the potential there. Probably with a 3 blessing on her, a 3-star blessing on her, she would get the extra defense, so that would boost her numbers a little bit higher. Plus the extra health helps with her being an ally protector. All right, definitely Merciless over everything here. Always when you see these showcases, Merciless is now the top gear set that everybody's looking for because of the 35% ignore defense and the chance to reduce your cooldowns. It just makes sense even for defensive based nukers, right? So guys, this was the video on Giath. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.